Hey guys, today we're talking about making a video for super cheap, which basically means free, because you don't want to spend money on video, right? So I'm going to show you all this free stuff to make an awesome video for free. So I've talked about this multiple times, but within a video, there's usually 3 steps to finish the video. There's pre-production, which is all the planning. You got production, which is the shooting, and then you got editing, which is post-production. So I'm going to show you a free either platform or a free tool that you have already to where you can do all 3 of those steps to produce your video. So for pre-production, it's all about planning and organization and writing and all this stuff. So the main tool we use is called Trello. You can find it at just Trello.com. Completely free. I think there's a paid version, but it works for free. So what I usually do is pre-production, production, post-production, and then you can have other stuff like client expectations and whatever. So within pre-production is where we're working now. You can have another sub-card. This one's called Writing and Script. So you click on here and you have a bunch of different tools that you can access. And you can all obviously have a ton of different members that can go through all of this, and you can manage all that. But here we have due dates. It will send you reminders when you're coming close to those due dates. You have a description and overview. You can write a ton of stuff that's really helpful for everybody on board. You can put attachments, for instance, the script itself, the shot list, the breakdowns of what you're wanting to make. You can write comments like down here. It makes a note every time you make a change, or you can actually at people. So it's like, hey Jerry, make sure you're keeping the budget in mind when writing the script. So you can remind people, and you can do this for everything. That's writing for script, budget, props and location. During production, you have cast and crew, so you know who is where and what does what, and all the paperwork, and then all the way to post-production where you're making notes on VFX and editing and sound and the music choices you're making and stuff like that. So this is Trello, very helpful. There's also other ones like Slack. Slack is really good. I believe that you can also use it for free decently, but if you want to unlock everything, you do have to pay for it. So that's why we mostly use Trello. Okay, so now we're going out of the office, finally, and we're going to go down to the Bakery, which is a pretty dope coffee shop. And we're going to shoot a little short coffee scene just to show you what you can actually do with one of the cheapest cameras, or at least a camera that you already have on you, which is your phone. We just got back from the Bakery. We just filmed all that with the iPhone. I think it looks pretty cool, right? So what do you do if you have a little bit of budget? Let's say $500. Well, you could go get a camera, and a couple I'd suggest is one, the Panasonic G7, which is $500, shoots 4K, comes with a lens, super great camera. Another one could be the Sony a6000. Doesn't shoot 4K, but is a bigger sensor size and all that technical stuff, but also a great camera for both pictures and video. But before I'd actually get a camera, because like I said, you already have a camera on your phone. So before you get a camera, what's more important is audio, because nobody wants to listen to bad audio. People can forgive bad visuals, nobody can forgive bad audio. So just for comparison, right now we're working on a professional lav microphone, so it sounds pretty good. Compare that with the camera, which is a GH5. Not the best. Still kind of usable, but I wouldn't say so. It's definitely not that great. And compare all that to the phone microphone. Not very great. Especially from this distance, you really just don't want to be using that. Nobody wants to listen from this far away, especially of a professionally produced video. I wouldn't take it seriously. The 2 microphones I'd suggest getting, which are pretty cheap, is the Rode Smart Lav, which you can connect right into your phone. You don't even need a recorder. It's like 70 bucks. Super great investment. Or there's a little Rode shotgun mic you can also attach to your phone, which would help it like a crap ton. So we just got back from the Bakery. I told you all about the gear and stuff, but now you have all the footage. You have to do something with that footage. So we're gonna edit it now. There's 2 main platforms or editing software that I suggest that are free. There are paid versions of it, but you can still use the free versions, and they are incredibly powerful and pretty simple to use. The first one is called DaVinci Resolve. It is used by tons of pros, mostly for color, but it does have everything you need for timeline, editing, sound, all the basics. The other one is called HitFilm Express, which is pretty great. The only difference is that the interface is a little bit different, but you can also do a little bit more visual effects. So it's like, explosions or adding more cool things into the frame if that's the kind of video you're producing. Each one of these platforms or softwares has tons and tons of tutorials and blogs and all this stuff, so you can instantly learn how to do it, and there's tons of support if you need it. And that's what I suggest, so let's go on to edit it. And that's how you make a video for on the cheap to basically completely free. So not necessarily too hard. There is definitely still a learning curve, and it does take a decent amount of time if you really want to make something quality and put a lot of effort into it, especially when you don't have the gear and all the stuff that makes your life easier. But this is how you do it. So I guess go out and shoot, and if you're a business owner, video can be super, just super great for your business. So I'd suggest doing it.